This is my most favorite lens of all time, the Nikon 24-70 f2.8 for the Nikon Z mount. And I've been using it for the past 3 years, and I definitely want to talk about it in the year 2023. So let's jump right in. What's up, y'all? It's Project Photography back with another video, and today, before we get started, make sure to follow all my socials down in the description bar below. But for the longest time, I have hated 24-70s, and I have felt like they have incredibly boring lenses that didn't have very interesting focal lengths. But this lens right here, the Nikon 24-70 f2.8s, has really flipped the script for me on that. And for me, it comes down to a few reasons. And one of the main reasons is that I just use this lens for everything. I mean, this lens gets used for things like portraiture, videography, events, even stuff for my main business for co-op content design and nature photography. And the list goes on and on and on. And I think a big reason why is that the focal length, the 24-70, there's just so much you can do with it. For example, we get the nice semi-telephoto feel of a 70mm. So that means we can get stuff to be blown out, we can punch in more, we can get really nice tight portraiture. But if we go to the wide angle side of things, that's where things really change, where you can get those nice wide angle field of views and get different perspectives that a normal standard lens wouldn't get you. And you can just capture any composition you want at any time. And it's so difficult to say that about any other lens. And it's just because the focal length here just gives you such a nice wide variety of different looks and feels that you can get with the image itself. And that's just so important when it comes to a workhorse lens like the 24-70 is. On top of it, being at 2.8 lets me to blur out the background and really tell the story that I want to tell. For example, this image right here is shot at 24mm, but I'm still able to blur out the background just enough to make this flower bouquet here really stand out and then blur out the rest of the image, but you still get a decent idea as to what I'm trying to do. I mean, being able to just take out this lens and not know what we're shooting and be able to know I'm going to get incredible photos at the end of the day, it just makes this lens just so incredibly good. I mean, it helps round out my kit a lot because I feel like a lot of the lenses I have are very niche. For example, the 14-30 from Nikon is my main landscape photography lens. And then the 24-200 is mainly for, my telephoto stuff. But this is a type of lens I can bring around anywhere. And I think that's what makes it just so fun to shoot with. But this is all only possible because the images that come out of this lens are honestly second to none. Like I said before, the reason I really hated standard lenses is that they were decent at, grabbing the right focal length, but when it came down to image quality, I felt like they lacked a lot. And this is really where the 24-70, the Nikon Z mount at least, really separates itself from the rest. I mean, the photos are just so punchy and incredible. The colors are absolutely stunning, and sharpness wise, there's just nothing like it, to be honest. The lens just has a beautiful sense of micro contrast, and it really gives me the feel of like the old D series lenses, but with incredible sharpness and better image quality overall, just across the board. But the character that the D lenses from Nikon used to give me was just incredible amounts of character. They really felt like the images popped out of the sensor itself. And I feel like the same things really apply to this 24-70. And this is coming from someone who's used DSLRs since they literally started photography. It truly is just an absolutely stunning lens with incredible image quality that will blow you away every time. And that is honestly a big reason why I love this lens. So now jumping into the conclusion, right? Why do I call this a jack of all trades lens? Well, it's not just because of the focal length, to be quite honest. It's a combination of the focal length, the image quality, as well as the aperture that we're using, right? Of course, we know that the general 24-70 is going to get us pretty much any composition we want. We can shoot anything with it. But I think the fact that the image quality is so good really rounds everything else together, because even if you had the ability to get any composition you wanted and so forth, but the image quality just wasn't there, it really wouldn't make the same feel this lens that it is right now. And the thing about this lens is that it truly makes me want to go out and experience more of the world and capture more incredible photos, because I just know that wherever I'm taking this is going to produce amazing images and just be an absolute workhorse of a lens. I mean, I've used this for absolutely everything. And honestly, if you were in between something like a 20-75 versus this 24-70, I really would have to push you to go with a 24-70. It's just that much better. The extra 4mm on the wide end is just such a way better trade-off than 75mm versus 70 on the long end for the 24-70. But of course, it's not like you can go out and shoot like everything and it's going to be better than a dedicated prime lens for portraiture or a dedicated wide angle for landscape photography. But this lens can do something that those lenses can't, in the sense that this can capture just absolutely everything, where those lenses are more niche in particular, which is why a lens like this would be perfect for rounding out a kit like mine. So anyways, guys, that is essentially it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to go ahead and check out a full review of the 24-70, make sure to check it out right here. And let me know what you guys think of this lens down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for your experience with me today. Please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.